Hey, how's it going? Drosy here. So I play a lot of RPGs, at all sorts of ratings, and I've started to notice that no matter how high or low rating I go, I see a lot of disc priests that don't know how to properly use Atonement. I see things like them having their top heal as Radiance. They don't run Trinity. They aren't putting big amounts of damage. All sorts of crazy stuff, right? But let me tell you, I always out-heal these people and out-damage them at the same time. And I'm not skimping out on the spells or positioning or anything, and I'm not padding the numbers. The simple fact is, if you play this priest the way it's meant to be played and actually maximize usage of Atonement, you're going to massively up your game. You're going to put out big healing numbers, you're going to have less mana usage, more damage. Overall, you're just going to be doing so much better. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So first off, we need to look at the Disc Priest PvP talent Trinity. What this ability does is it doubles the duration of our atonements. It increases healing by straight up 20%, and it even gives you 25% crit on some of your core abilities. The only downside is that you have to apply atonements through shields only, but honestly it's not too big of an issue at all. It's what we really want to apply atonement with anyways. Honestly, it's one of the most overloaded talents out there, and you always want to take this in RPGs. The next important ability we want to look at is Purge the Wicked. Now, you may think it's just a simple dot, lasts 20 seconds, it spreads each time you cast Penance on a target that already has it. The damage it deals is not going to burst or kill someone, obviously, but don't ever underestimate it. It's very significant damage. There's no cap on how many targets you can put Purge the Wicked on, and you can put it on pets, you can put it on summons, banners, basically anything, all sorts of stuff, right? And when you get like 7 or more of these out in a fight, the targets with Atonement are going to be hitting massive amounts of healing. It's going to be a noticeable amount. Like, you can see the health bars shooting up, like as if they're eating food or something, in a big team fight where you have 7v7 with a couple pets running around and stuff, and you get your proper atonements and push the wickets out, easily that can hit like sustained 8k plus HPS, and it's just massive. And it's not hard to get 7 or more Purge the Wickets up. It has no cast time, it's got 40 hour range, and it spreads on penance, so you can save your GCDs there. Let me show you here what I mean. I'm going to go ahead and take some damage here. And I'm going to show you how much I can heal with Atonement and just Purge the Wickets, right, on just a single target. Get a bit low. Okay, that's low enough. Okay. Don't want to accidentally die here. Alright, so we'll go over here. There's a whole bunch of dummies, right? And kind of more emulates what a RPG situation looks like. I'm gonna put up Atonement on myself. Start using Purge the Wickeds. Spread it with this. What do I have here? 6, 7, 8 atonements, or 8 Purge the Wickeds and Atonement myself. And look, hands off the keyboard, I'm doing nothing right now, and I'm just getting a massive amount of heals. Like, my health is just shooting up. Look at that. Yeah, and this is on every target you have Atonement on, right? So here, if you look at this, I have 2.1k HPS just on myself, just from this one little segment here. That was one cast of Atonement and a couple Purge the Wickets. Where did this go? Yeah, so if you have like Atonement up on 5 players, then that's 10k HPS that you're getting, right? Assuming those people are taking damage. And it's not an unrealistic situation, right? Like, most team fights actually is going to turn out this way. And their health bars, like, they're taking damage, it's just shooting back up and it's not going down. Alright, so we've talked about all the abilities that are going to make this work. Let's put all this information together and talk about how to actually play a team fight in an RPG. So the first thing you want to do is you're going to put up atonements on your whole team. Since we take Trinity, once again, Power Shield is the only way we can apply atonements. So we're just going to hit Power Shield on our whole team one by one. First off, I highly recommend you set up your raid frame to track atonements in a very clear visual way. That way, from a quick glance, you can kind of see who has it and who doesn't. It's also important to see the remaining duration, just so you know exactly when you need to refresh it with another shield. On important targets like your tank, you never want to let atonements drop off. And you want to set up like mine here, where you just look down at it real quick and you can see exactly how many people have atonements up and if you need to apply more or if you need to do more damage. Next, you want to start putting out Purge the Wicked. Just put them out however you can, and on whoever, it doesn't really matter. Use your penance on cooldown to spread to Purge the Wicked. Alright, next we're going to start putting out Purge the Wicked. Just put out whoever you can target. It doesn't really matter. Don't try not to break CCs with it. Yeah, and then use your penance on cooldown on targets who have Purge the Wicked to get it spread. It does a good amount of damage and it saves you a global cooldown there. So after you have your Purge the Wickeds out, a good amount, maybe 6+ at least, start using your other damage, such as Mind Games and Mind Blast. Hit kill target with it, make sure you're communicating with the team about who you're targeting. And then while those are on cooldown, just go back to keep putting out Purge the Wickeds on people. Don't forget that during this whole time, we're still using our other important healer stuff like Dispels and Purges, damage reduction cooldowns. Use those whenever you need it. Eventually, your atonements are going to start falling off. So very simple. We just redo the whole process again from the very start. You reapply atonements through shields to the whole team. Put out a bunch more Purge the Wickeds because those are going to be expiring around same time. Pump your damage to cooldowns and just repeat. And that's all there is to it, really. Radiance is a really good spell. We're still going to take Ultimate Radiance, but it does kill your mana really fast. So you only really want to use Radiance in emergencies. If you find a player that has dropped below 50% health and really needs to live, or if there's multiple players, like 4 to 5 players are all like under 60% HP, and you can get really good value from Radiance there. But try not to use it too much. You want most of your healing to come through the Atonements and the Purge the Wickeds. That's going to keep your mana up. If you follow these steps and you weren't doing this before, I guarantee you your healing and damage is both going to be so much higher than it was before, and you won't even run out of mana as fast. So I'm going to jump into a replay I recorded. I'm going to actually show you what it's meant to look like. You can follow along together with me. We'll go through it step by step and see how this plays out. So this is a BG. We're around 2300 MMR. Everyone is 2200 plus. We're playing in the BG Silver Shardbinds, where it's really focused on teamfight. So it's going to be a perfect example to show what I'm talking about. Let's skip forward a bit here. All right, so game starts. As usual, there's going to be a big clash right at Lava Cart at the start. We're going to have most of our team, everyone except for, looks like Rogue and a Demon Hunter with us. So we have 8 players here. We know the fight's starting, right? So before we even clash, right, we know their team is coming. We're going to start putting out shields on our team, right? Start putting atonements up. Put it on your melee DPS first, probably the red as well. And use Rapture if you have it, because, yeah, it's just bigger shields with the same mana cost, so it's always value. So we go ahead, start shielding our team. Put it up on every single player if we can. Everyone in the team fight. Perfect. Start putting out. You see here, after I get my atonements, I actually missed one. Which is I'm not exactly sure why, but you shouldn't. You should probably have I should probably have put atonement up on this priest here as well, especially because it's a healer. But after all the shields are out, you start putting out Purge the Wickeds, right? So use your Power Infusion and stuff as well. Use your penance to spread it, and basically just find people who don't have Purge the Wicked and put it up on them. Of course, you can use your damage, your mind games. Getting interrupted and kicked here often, which is not nice, but it is how it is. I am running Archangel in this fight. It's great. Archangel is great for maps where you have big team fights like this constantly, whereas Dome, you're really going to want it if it's like a flight carry map. Yeah, you see here, I'm literally sitting in a fear, right? I'm sitting in a fear, but I have my Purge because I have 5 of them out. I have my whole team in atonements, and I'm putting out 7,000 HPS. And this is sustained through the past like 30 seconds of this team fight. It's really, really massive. And yeah, the whole team is like full life. They're being kept up. Like all the raw damage is being cancelled out by the atonements. And at this point, all the atonements have fallen off, right? So what we do next, we just start reapplying them again. We start putting our shields up. But honestly, at this point, the fight's basically over. Right, we've already wiped the whole team. We killed the 2 healers, some DPS, and our team is all full life. So, yeah, essentially this fight is already over. Doesn't even matter what we do next. All right, so we jump forward to later on in the game. You see the game's pretty even. It's not a stomp or anything. Looks like we're gearing up again here for another big team fight right at Lava. So once again, before the reaches, I saw them coming. Right, we know they're coming towards to fight us here. So before they clash, we start putting up our Rapture shields. Every single player has atonement on them. This guy was out of range earlier. And I start putting out Purge the Wicked, Penance, Solace on my abilities. Yeah, just keep putting out Purge the Wickeds. Use your damage when you have a good target for it. Queue up the atonements on your players. Archangel, when the first set of atonements get low, and like look at their health. Like people are taking a lot of damage, but they just keep getting healed up. There's so much HPS here coming out from the atonements. And yeah, I mean, everyone is like pretty healthy, very healthy, even though there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or so, 7 DPS. Like every single player is here, right, of the enemy team. But they're able to kill us. We're able to hold the card and get another cap here. If we jump on over to the end here to look at what it looks like, you see my healing done, 1.7 million. It's a lot more than all the other healers, right? So much more, actually. It's like 50% more than some of these people. And my damage done, 400,000. It's way more than other healers as well. In fact, 400,000 is more than some of the DPS even, right? Like the off-tank players are even almost catching up to this mage here. As a healer, you don't have to do as much damage as the DPS, but it's very impactful, right? Just put so much pressure on the enemy healers and helps you win team fights that much more. You can see the game was pretty close. They were probably 1.5 cards off from winning, right? So it wasn't a stomp or anything. This is like a totally regular game. And yeah, once again, around 2300 MMR. You apply this information to your own games if it's lower MMR or something, and you know, you're going to be able to stomp them even harder than I did for these other healers. Yeah, well, there you have it. That's how you heal with atonements and BGs. I hope you learned a lot from this video. You know, go ahead and give it a try if you haven't been doing it, playing this way. Let me know how it works out for you. Like and subscribe if you like the content. You know, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.